Hello, everyone. This is Vixen, and I'm presenting you the Infinite Mosaic. Today, special edition. Well, he's an old friend of mine, and you know him from a beautiful, awesome series from the 90s. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, and it can be only one Michael Lewis, aka Saracen.
What can I tell you? Live and direct.
How you doing?
Oh, very good. Yes, and we are old friends. Well, less of the old.
Yeah,
Just friends.
just friends.
Indeed.
Let's say long-time friends.
That's it.
Let's say it like that. So, how's it going? It's been so long, actually. So long, over 10 years now.
It has been a while. In that 10 years, what have I been up to? I've retired. I used to work for the fire service.
Have you?
I've retired within that 10 years. Still training. Still pushing weights.
I've seen.
Still keeping fit. I mean, that's the main objective, is to keep fit, healthy,
Live longer.
and looking young.
Of course.
Indeed.
Oh, well, first, it's so good to see you after all these years. I just feel extremely excited and honored. Honestly, that.
Calm down.
I try, it's too hard. But as you are also, well, you are an amazing guest overall, but you are a legend and you are a new guest for our audience. Could you introduce yourself to us?
Well, my name's Mike Lewis, born and bred a Londoner, South London. Well, I was actually born in West London, but I'm a South Londoner at heart. Worked for the fire service for 30 years, retired now. And most importantly, I was a gladiator, the one and only Saracen.
Yes. And talking about the Gladiator, how did it start actually? How did you come to that show?
I was a fan of the American show.
Okay.
And they used to put the American show on very late at night because it wasn't sort of like a popular viewing because it was a brand new show. No one knew what it was. So it used to come on and it sort of got a cult viewing with the students. Because I suppose students stay up late at night to watch TV.
I guess
but
so,
it got
yeah.
a status, a cult viewing. And one day I was watching TV and they were advertising for contestants to
Right.
come onto the show
Yeah.
and be a contestant on the show. So I phoned the number up and I said, "You guys still looking for gladiators?" They said, "Yeah, we're still looking, come along, we'll see what you look like and we'll audition you." And, and that's how it all started, just a phone call.
Nice. Oh, wow.
So when you see the opportunities, guys, take it. Take it.
Take it from him. Yes. Opportunity, go for it. Otherwise, that'd be just too late.
Exactly.
And you lost it. And you don't want that.
No.
Oh gosh. So how was the production? How was it to be a gladiator in the UK?
Yeah, it was surreal. The thing is that growing up in London, because I'm a 60s baby, but growing up 70s and 80s,
Yeah.
you didn't really see a lot of black faces on TV.
I can
When
imagine.
you did, these were your heroes.
Of course.
And we're talking Britain now because obviously America was already established. They had
Yeah.
these superstars and stuff. But in Britain, not so much.
Oh,
And then to become a person on TV yourself, you know what I mean? It was surreal. You pinch yourself every now and again and think, is this real?
is it happening?
And the Gladiators as well was sort of, when we first got there, it was billed when they sort of doing the production as a children's show.
Really?
That's what they told us, and we thought, yeah, children's show. So we didn't think it was going to be as big as it was. Then they said, no, it's family entertainment. Family entertainment.
Okay, make more
But
sense.
still, you don't imagine it's going to be something that huge. And when we first entered the arena in Birmingham, it was empty
No way.
because they have to build the set.
Oh.
So while they were building the set, we were down in the basement training. So they had sort of like miniature versions of the game. So miniature hang tough, miniature this. You did the duel on the floor, you stood on the floor and hit each other. Then one day they said, the set's finished, let's go up and have a look. and you go up there, and it was like, you know, when you start getting palpitations and you think, this is actually bigger than I thought it was going to
Oh
be.
yes.
It was an amazing sight. And when you go out there for the first time when you're filming,
Mm-hmm.
because like most films and most productions, when you're on stage and stuff, you're in the dark
Yeah.
and you can't really see what's around you. And you walk out there and the floodlights, but you can hear the crowd and it's loud.
Oh,
And then when the lights
wow.
come up and you realize there's 9,000 people sitting in the audience watching you, it's,
You feel a bit of the pressure.
a little bit. And like I said, it was a different kind of show.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do TV, generally, they say, ignore the camera. Ignore the camera. Just pretend the camera's not there. This show was, the camera's your best friend. You talk to the audience at home and you talk to people. And then when you're playing a part, it's fine. But when you start to think about what you're doing, you're now talking to millions of people. You know, the palpitations start again. What if I say something wrong? What if
You have to be careful about everything you do and
all
say.
these things go through your mind. So the first year was tricky. That's the word I'll use. It was tricky, but fun at the same time.
Oh, that's what matters really. To have fun.
Indeed, you have to enjoy what you do.
Oh yes. And how was it with your colleagues?
Yeah, they were all good. I mean, the first, like I said, the first few years, because we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's all new to us. It was all fantastic, you know. Walking out in the street as an everyday person 1 week, and then it views on TV, and then you walk out after the viewing, and then all of a sudden everybody knows you. People are pointing at you. People are nudging each other. That's him, isn't it?
That's him. That's him.
And yeah, you know, you try to live a normal life as possible. But it's difficult when you're standing in the bus stop and everybody's staring at you and people are asking you questions and you don't know who you're talking to. But it was fun. I never had a bad experience, you know. I have to
That's
put
good.
that out there. I've never had a bad experience with the public, you know. It's all been positive. It's all been wonderful. And but yeah, we was all in the same boat. So we were all sort of as close as we can be, you know, because when you're now going out, you have to go out with people who are like-minded.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
you know, we were all sort of kind of close at the time. But then the team changes as the years go by. Some people leave, other people come along. And then we sort of got sort of like individuals.
Yeah.
You know, we're all
I'm
friends. Sure. You know, you're all friends, but people do things individually now, you know. And so we weren't as close the later years as we were filming. But it was still a good production. It was still good, and met wonderful people on the way.
Oh.
Such as yourself.
Oh, stop it.
What a smoothie, eh?
Slightly. And I believe you also met your wife.
No, I knew my wife long before then.
Before
I mean,
that.
that's the story that was put out there because it sounds nice and romantic. You know, we met on a TV show. But
We like
no,
love stories.
I've been with my wife for a very long time now.
Oh, nice.
And
But she auditioned
but
as well.
she was a contestant on the show.
Right.
You know, so didn't win the prize money, unfortunately. But she did very well, and you know, she was just as famous as I was back then.
There we go.
I think she still is just as famous as I am still, because
I'm sure.
you know, she's a little dynamo, my wife.
Oh, so cute. And have you done any like get together after the show was done since? But the original, of course.
Yes, not as a huge group. You know, every now and again we do meet up and certain events. There's events that go around. There's loads of them now. They're called comic conventions.
Yeah.
Where they invite, you know, TV personalities and stuff. So, you know, a few of us met up at some comic cons and stuff. Still keep in touch with a few people as well. And recently just got in touch with Shadow.
No.
Yeah, Mr. Jefferson King. And we've got a thing going on in March.
Oh,
where it's
cool.
like an evening.
Nice.
So we'll be sort of answering questions with the audience and stuff and participating live on stage. So that's good. That's something new as well. And hopefully it will take off, and then we can take that, around the country, meeting people. So yeah, we still sort of meet each other. We're still friends, put it that way. You know what I mean?
All acquaintances, all
we haven't
friends,
fallen out with
depending.
each other yet.
I hope not. So what were the ups and downs of being, let's say, a TV personality?
I think there's more ups than downs.
That's good.
And,
That's good.
It is good. And like I said, you do read horror stories of famous people getting into difficulties and stuff. But I've never experienced that, and
That's
especially
good.
when the show was on TV, you used to go out and you go out to a nightclub and the doorman would say, step through, and you walk in, and then they usher you to the,
To the VIP section.
Okay.
It's like, okay.
And it was a bit like that, and yeah, I enjoyed it at the time. What's not to like? It's all good. Not so much now. Now I have to pay like everybody else.
Aww.
You know what I mean? So, but I had a good time doing it. I had a good time, and it's nice memories
That's good.
that I have along the way. But I'm still around, man. Still around.
Still around. Only one, and that's the only one. You all know that, guys. And like I mentioned earlier, we met like over a decade now through a fitness/pageant show, and that was called Galaxy Universe. Would you like to tell us how actually you get involved and tell us the story, how it started?
Yes, Miss Galaxy Universe. Those were the days.
Yeah.
It was a women-only show,
Yes.
and yet I was involved. Not competing. I wasn't that brave. No,
Who was sad about that?
I was one of the judges, and also like a fitness coach, give advice and whatever. I knew the organizer at the time, Sarah Donahue, who was organising the show, and she sort of pitched the concept of the show to me, and it was basically a safe space for women.
Yeah, it was down. That's true.
Who want to compete, but don't want that, that big, huge Olympia style competition.
No.
So that was one thing, and the other thing that made the show unique was it was a fitness event first. So they went out there, they did fitness. It was like fitness competitions. You did like racings and lots of climbing, chin-ups, and so that was one part.
That was tough.
And the other part was the stage presentation where you had the evening dress and the bikini rounds and all the rest of it. So it was a unique show.
It was at the time, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was a great idea, and I got involved, and I had a great time. And like I said, met people like yourself, and
Thank you.
What I liked about the show was that it brought all you women together.
Yes.
And there was, even though it was a competition, there weren't no competition. You were all friends.
There was really like a
You
sisterhood.
all bounced off each other, exactly. You know, and you all sort of, helped each other out.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
certain things, and I liked it. I liked the whole atmosphere of the show. It was fantastic.
It was really cool. I really enjoyed that. We were exhausted, but it was really fun overall. It was really fun.
Well, it was over 2 days, wasn't it? So it's a long time.
It was, gosh, yeah. Something I had in mind as well, coming back to Gladiators. Who picked?
So you don't know what you're going to be asked. You see, you have to
surprise,
brace
surprise.
You have to brace yourself. Go.
So your stage name, did you pick it or someone pick it for you?
No, that was given to me. So
on what exactly did they pick it for you then?
Yeah.
Why SARACEN and nothing else?
Yeah, I had to ask as well because I didn't know.
Of course.
And it was explained to me at the time. But we did a big audition. When I say audition, it was sort of like a tryout.
Right.
And it was at Woolwich Army Barracks. So a lot of us went to Woolwich Army Barracks and we did lots of activities and stuff. And they said, yeah, we'll let you know, when you got if you get the part. So we went home, and 3 weeks went past.
Oh,
A
wow.
month
It's a
went
long
past,
process.
exactly. You think, oh, I didn't get it. And then one day the phone rang, and I answered the phone. I said, "Hi." They said, "Can I speak to Saracen?" I said, "No, you got the wrong number." They said, "No, no, no." They said, "We got the
Oh,
right
they
number."
already picked you as Saracen. You say,
Yes.
okay, but who is this?
Yes. And I'm saying, "No, you got the wrong number." They said, "No, we got the right number. We want to speak to Saracen."
Ooh.
And they said, you got the part. Yeah, your name's Saracen. And the filming starts. And they gave me the date for this filmings and all the rest of it. And so, yes, I did have to ask, what's Saracen?
So, yeah, why?
So, Saracens were warriors,
Yeah.
you know, back in the days, fighting the English during the Crusades.
I see.
Yes.
Huh.
So if you see, there's a film called, what's it called? It's about Robin Hood. And it has,
Mm,
yeah,
I try to think now what it could be.
yeah. And one of the guys, well, I think how do I forget this guy's name? The black actor, American actor.
Is he like a movie from the 90s?
He's still around.
He's still around.
He's been acting since the 60s, I would imagine. Still around.
Oh, gosh.
Still doing, I forget his name.
Oh, wow.
Got that voice. Everybody mimics his voice. I hope
Everyone.
you edit this. I hope you edit this bit. Because
Oh, gosh.
you see, you know, I can picture him.
I
But
know.
for some reason, his name's gone completely out of my head.
I want to say Denzel Washington, but I don't know.
Not Denzel.
No.
Think of another one.
So is that going to be Denzel? I don't think that's Morgan Freeman
It
because
is Morgan.
it is.
Yes.
There he is.
So Morgan, his character was a Saracen.
Oh, gosh.
And he came back to England, wasn't it, in that film? What's it? It's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. That's the film.
Yes. Now I've got him now. Yes. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And the sword that he has in the film was my emblem I had on my costume.
Oh, wow.
So that's just a reference point that he played a Saracen in the movie.
But for the production, that was the idea of.
So that's it.
Okay.
But I wasn't actually named after them. You see, I told that huge story just to tell you that I wasn't actually named after them. They had a tank.
Okay.
Right? Basically, it was an armored personnel carrier in
Okay.
the British Army called
Right.
the Saracen. And they said, because you was built like a tank, we named you after a tank.
Ah.
You see the thinking process behind it?
It goes
works.
very far.
It works.
It
So
did.
I was named after a tank used in the British Army called a Saracen tank. Armored personnel carrier. Yes.
Nice. If you have to choose a stage name for that show, what would it be then?
Do you know, I have no idea because Saracen fits. You
It
know what I mean?
does. It does fit.
You know what I mean? And I can't really
Yeah.
think of who else could I be. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There are other names sort of like you look at other people like Cobra and you think Cobra's a cool name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cobra. You know, and there are other. The people complained about the Shadow name, you know, Shadow, because it was a black guy.
Yeah.
And everybody sort of thought there was like that racial connotation
Yeah.
behind it. But they do explain, and they did explain the names. And what it was, he was a big guy who cast a shadow over his. And that was their way of thinking. They didn't actually think of, he's a black guy, let's call him Shadow.
No,
that wasn't
that
their
would've been
way of
silly.
thinking. And then we had Judy Simpson come on board.
Mm-hmm.
And Judy was a formidable looking person.
Yeah.
You know, fantastic looking, great athlete. And so they called her Deadly,
Oh, wow.
which was Nightshade, Deadly Nightshade.
Huh.
So again, people sort of added that racial connotation. Oh, because she's black, and you sort of think, not really. It was,
That's Deadly Gorgeous, for example.
you could have called her Deadly Gorgeous, you know. But yeah, it was the Nightshade, which is called a Deadly Nightshade, and that's where the name came from. So there are some cool names out there that I would sort of, but no, Saracen, that's me, one and only.
One and only. Yes. Have you or maybe you've been offered to be a consultant for the new generation of gladiators?
That would have been good, wouldn't it? That
Yeah.
would have been nice as a consultant, you know, because we sort of pioneered the show because it was brand new.
Exactly.
A lot of the games were new. No one had ever seen these games before, and we had to sort of make a game of it and make it entertaining at the same time. So there's the sports element to it, and there's the entertainment element to it. And with TV, the entertainment element comes first. So if the game is a little bit, not very entertaining and it drags a little bit, we'll get rid of that.
Yeah.
So it had to be dynamic. It had to be quick. So you had a game that was a minute.
Okay.
Let's say hang tough.
Okay.
It's a minute game. So the person has a minute to get from one side to the next.
Mm-hmm.
But if I catch him in 10 seconds, that's a 10-second game. So it's very dynamic. It's very, involved. The games that actually went the full distance were games like Powerball.
Okay.
Atmospheres. But most games, like the Gauntlet, they had so much time to get through the Gauntlet. Some people got through. We had the guy, the American guy, Wesley, Two Scoops. He got through in 9 seconds.
Oh, wow.
So it's a 9-second game.
Yeah.
And that's what they wanted. They wanted that sort of atmosphere. And, it would have been nice to sort of gone on and show people how do you knock somebody off the duel in 10 seconds rather than get them to stand there for 30 seconds.
SARACEN will show you right now.
But unfortunately, no, we were never asked to go back onto the show as consultants. It's a different company, different TV company, different production, and good luck to them. They're doing a very good job.
That's good.
The diversity of the teams.
Yeah.
It is quite a diverse mix of people, which is quite good, and not only racially diverse, but with physiques and so you have your athletic looking person, you have your big bodybuilding type person, you have your power,
and that's good, that kind of diversity.
So you've got that nice mix of people going on, and I think it's quite good. I don't hold it against them that they didn't pick me. They did not pick me to be on their show.
Why?
I'm not bitter.
Why?
At all. But no, it's good that the show's come back because, as you know, it's all about the fitness, as I said before.
Yes.
It's all about health and fitness. And, there's a new generation of people coming up. And we're now in the IT. Oh. Everybody's got a computer now. Yeah. Everybody sits down and it's all about IT, AI, as it is now, because you see, IT is my generation. It's now AI and all the rest of it, and that's where we seem to be going. So we're going less physical and more into the, sitting down.
I would say kind of between. Well, kind of between, depending, of course, on people and how they lead their life.
Indeed. And so, like I said, it's good that a show like Gladiators will come back to encourage people to get back into the physical exercising, get back into keeping fit, get back into looking after yourself.
Absolutely.
And I'm proud that the show's back on TV.
Yay. And big SARACEN for consultant, please. If not, I'll call you.
You'll be in trouble.
He's not joking. And talking entertainment, I was watching a TV variety show called The Circle, and I believe that was Hunter that was part of the cast. I was like, oh my God, yeah. And that's why also the originals. What do you think of original Gladiators to be part of TV reality shows?
It's good because, when we were chosen for the Gladiators, it was specific. We were bodybuilders, we were big guys, lots of muscle, looked intimidating, all that sort of thing. And then when the show ends, you sort of think, well, what do we do with these guys?
True. That's true.
You know what I mean? And at the time, you never had all those Marvel movies and, where you can, fit in somewhere in the background. And so we were sort of, I wouldn't say forgotten, but, it wasn't, we didn't fit in to the I don't know, the way that they want TV to look, you know. And so to see, you know, I was going to say old faces. I won't go there. Right?
Not familiar faces.
But to see familiar faces, on TV, doing something that people don't expect them to be doing, it's fantastic, you know. And you know, we can do other things. We can.
Yeah, and I remember he was actually impersonating a nurse from for NHS, and I like the actual cause he was actually fighting for. That was really honorable. I like that.
Good. Yeah, and I think he's done other TV spots as well. We have Rhino, Mark Smith. You know, he's now in America. You know, he does quite a few movie parts and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So, you know, and good luck to him. You know, it's fantastic that you can get the opportunity to do those things. You know, and it's great to sort of, when you're watching a movie and you see, I know him. Pops up in the no, rewind that bit. You know, it's great to see these guys doing well.
Yeah, no,
you know,
that's
because
really good.
like I said, was that you know, as TV productions go, nobody ever thinks of what can we do with the big guy. He's got all these muscles, and what can we do with him? And they just think that all we do is wrestle all day and bash people up. But no, we can do other things.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, you are the witness through my own life, so yeah, definitely can do other things. And you've been a PT before as well, if I don't make a mistake. Still kind of does.
No, I did my best. I did my best. I have. What's the word? I don't want to talk myself down, but I don't have the patience. My wife has been a personal trainer for years.
Yeah, so,
my wife has been doing it for so long, and she loves it. And she has that personality where, you know, she can connect with all her
the clients and
that's the word I'm looking for, man. You're going to edit this, aren't you?
We'll see.
And I haven't even been drinking. Yeah, she can connect with the clients, and you know, she has that way with people. You know? I don't. I'm a friendly guy, but I really don't have patience. So I did my best with the personal training. But what I did do, and I'm looking to start again. This is me advertising my wares now. Is that I studied, let's call it Egyptology, because that's the best way people can understand it.
Okay.
I studied the writings, what they call the hieroglyphics. We call it the Middle East.
Oh, cool.
I studied all that, all the writings, all the translations. And I did teach a while, but I've stopped now.
Okay.
And it's about trying to get back into it, you know.
Yeah.
Back teaching people. It is, it's a fascinating subject. It's a huge subject. It is massive, you know.
That must be a lot to understand and to look for as well.
It's very deep because it's very spiritual.
Yeah, I thought that as well. Yeah,
and to sort of understand it, you sort of have to sort of forget everything that you've learnt in this sort of westernized sort of society that we live in. You know, and you have to sort of take it off like a coat, you know, and hang it up, and then start afresh.
Yeah.
Because it is all about the spiritual stuff rather than the physical.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's a lot to learn, but it's good fun, and there is a fitness regime that goes with it too. So
that's why
everything leads back to the fitness, right?
I knew there was a reason behind.
Everything leads back to the fitness side of things. But yes, it was you know, to look after, because this is the temple, you see, and it's to look after the temple.
It's very important.
Keep it fit and healthy.
Absolutely. That's the temple. If it's not in one place standing, well, it goes nowhere.
That's right.
Could you?
Could I?
Michael Saracen. No, Saracen is good.
Saracen. Call me Saracen. That's cool.
So, what would be 3 words describing you before the Gladiators?
People are going to find this really, really hard to understand, but
go for it.
Shy. I'm not one of these people that, you know, front of the queue.
Okay.
You know, in a crowd, I'll be in the crowd rather than sort of trying to stand out from the crowd.
Get you.
That'd be me. Friendly.
Always
I do
been.
my best to be friendly as much as I can be. And a third one, I don't know. I suppose hardworking. You
And
know,
still is.
I did work hard back in the day. You know, as a firefighter, working alongside the fame. You know, it wasn't easy.
Can imagine.
But I did it, and I came through.
Yeah. Yes. And 3 words post the Gladiators.
Not shy anymore. So,
I hope so.
you know, a bit more outgoing. You know, I'm still into fitness, so I would like to say that I'm.
Yeah, it's part of you.
Yeah, I'm sort of like a fit, healthy type person. So the word would be fitness. And a third one. What can I say? What's a third one?
What could it be?
What can I say? It's a hard one. It's very hard because you know, like when you sort of described me earlier and you got all excited and you know, I don't see myself like that.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So yes, I've been there. I've been on TV.
Yeah.
Done the whole. There's nothing glamorous about filming on TV, but it is. It is. People sort of seem to think that it is glamorous, but I've done all the glamorous stuff and all the stuff. You know, met lots of people.
Yeah.
Famous, not so famous. You know, and I'm still me.
And that is very important.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've worked for the fire service, seen lots of horrific things in my day.
Okay.
Working for the fire service. It is a rewarding job when you go out there, you rescue people. You rescue someone's cat, you see the joy in their face, you know,
course.
and you know that you've done something.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there.
Yeah.
And I've been, like I said, the fame thing. I used to be invited to Downing Street. You know, they used to have children's parties, and we want Saracen to come along, and you go to Downing Street and you ring on the doorbell, and they open the door and they let you in. Come in. And I'm there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've met shook these people's hands, and at the end of the day, I'm still me.
That's really good.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can see how it's very easy for people to get sort of carried away.
Yes.
By the whole thing, you know, and I don't want to sound negative, but you know, let it go to their heads.
Yeah.
And then they go off, and then, like I said, everything's for a time.
I agree.
Everything is for a time, and when our show ended, that was it. And I can't imagine if I was that type of person to have let it get to my head and think that I was something that I'm not. And then all of a sudden the show's ended and now there's nothing.
And yeah.
How would I be?
Very true.
And
very true.
But like I said, being there, I can see how people can get caught up in the fame game, as they call it. You know, I didn't. I sort of did my best to keep my feet firmly on the floor. And so I can sit down on the sofa with the vixen, you know what I mean? And look at you as an equal rather than me being this superstar and it's all about me. And you know what I mean? We can sit here and we can enjoy each other's company.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
It's so good to have you. Honestly, now really, really good. I'm so glad to see you after all this time.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for you people, I'm sure you enjoy time with Saracen. Don't forget to watch it, subscribe, like, comment. Thank you so much for watching. That was the Infinite Mosaic by Vixen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
The Infinite Podcast hosted by Vixen. This week's special guest, Mr. Michael Lewis, aka